guy is incredible, and
Yeah.
the only person he sits behind as far as rifles go on this team is Minnow. And Minnow, when he's on fire, the game's over.
Yeah.
It's literally over. If this guy's on fire, Macta's done. It's over. They're completely screwed because the rest of HG is that good that when Minnow's on fire and all HG has to do is clean up 1 or 2 more kills per round, no other team stands a chance in this tournament.
Yeah, and you see Minnow on the screen there looking quite calm, quite collected, just talking to his teammates. And you're right, this is just a star-studded lineup. Some of the best players in all of Crossfire, some of the best players in this tournament at Crossfire Stars 2015 here in Guangzhou, China. We see WN99, yeah, looking quite content there, quite serious, just giving us the 2 fingers, maybe telling us how many rounds Pacific.Macta are going to get. I don't know. You're a really dangerous team, that's for sure. NP there, he's also the order player here, we see. So, but I guess when you have players as good as Minnow and as consistent as Dabaku, you don't necessarily have to come up with the best strategies.
No, and honestly, MP will be dictating the pace of these matches. That's why he's the order. Just because of what he does, where he gets picks. He's like, okay, guys, I just got 3 kills. If the camera's ever on him, you're going to see him shrug his shoulders. He'll get a triple kill or a quadra kill, and he'll just be like, yeah, I mean, I did that. Okay.
That's standard.
He doesn't get hyped up. He's like, yeah, I'm better than
That's what I'm supposed to do, yeah.
He's not like, wow, look at how good no, he's like, I'm that good.
Yeah.
Get over it.
Yeah. I already knew this. Why are you so surprised? Yeah. Yeah. HG.Longzhu, absolutely the favorites going into this. And now we see their opponents, Pacific.Macta.
We've seen them a lot today, and we're going to be hopping on board with Bayo first. This guy's the order, and he came up huge for his team in that last round, dropping the triple kill to push in a 3v5 situation. My goodness. ZYK has been holding it down with pushing with Bayo a lot. It really was the ZYK Cram show earlier in their choke against INTZ.
Yeah.
And Cram also came up huge that last match, but he's been huge before. Besides his very questionable pushing against INTZ, that dude's been huge for them throughout the tournament.
And Revenge, of course, we saw him with the sniper rifle. He did get a few opening picks in that important match against Carbon. Him and ZYK actually pushing into that, getting control of that B room. Aldrin Paul here, didn't see that much of him, but he did get the important frag here and there.
Yeah, that's what he's been doing throughout this tournament. He's been the guy that's like, oh, you're there. Oh, you're not terrible. You're not great. You're doing your job.
Yeah. And we see the Revenge on the stream. They're looking pretty happy. This Philippines team is probably just amazed that they did manage to beat 3's Up Carbon absolutely on top of the moon. I mean, why wouldn't you be? In that last round, I thought they were dead to rights. I thought we were going to overtime. 3v5 down with 30 seconds left, and they push to the B bomb site with that split, and Bayo just gets the 3 quickest kills I've seen all tournament. That's got to be the player of the tournament so far, I think, from what we've seen anyway here on the B stream.
Yeah, to close it out too. That's just an incredible play by him. And not only this team's mentality, wow, let's talk about it. The complete falling apart they had against INTZ.
Yeah.
And then repeat of that against Carbon, where they're up 5-1, and then all of a sudden Carbon's 5-5.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh no, it's happening again. No, they didn't think that. They're like, all right, guys, we got this. It's a close game, you know, things happen. And that speaks to them being here last year and being a team that's all together from the previous year. They have no new players. They don't need to learn anything else. So we're going to hop on board with our map port here. First, we're going to look at the push to A. This is something you're going to see quite often on port. You're going to see teams challenge here. You're also going to see them jump out from the left there into the courtyard. You'll see 2 people in this courtyard pushing along, peeking if they're going to do an A push.
Yeah.
And Macta does like to do that on this map, whereas HG likes to just sit MP up there and say, you're done. So we'll see the very interesting dynamic there.
Yeah, it's a little global risk favored, this map, so it's going to be interesting to see who gets that starting side. But we have seen that the long A pushes and the B pushes out of that shed, you know, with multiple players can work really well. And I wouldn't be surprised to see more of that here from Pacific.Macta and HG.Longzhu.
Well, Blacklist really doesn't have much of a choice beyond to push 5 together when they're pushing objective, because this map is so global risk favored. the reason it's Global Risk favored is because of rotations that are possible from their spawn and overlooking. So you can't hit it from 2 different angles. You put yourself at such a disadvantage if you push through mid or you push into Global Risk spawn of being pintered by anyone left alive, that you need to just push as a team into a bomb site, get it locked down, and then worry about the people rotating back after that.
Yeah, you can see here the rotations are just so quick. You can, once, you know, it's so hard to cross onto that A bomb site. As the blacklist side, you know, when you're coming up long A onto the site, because the B rotates can be there so quickly. You have to be so accurate as well, because there's so many long fights you have to take. It's really hard to see your opponents sometimes because they can be so well concealed behind that cover. So aim really favors the aggressors, the aim stars, as we go into the lineup, and right away, Revenge taking down MP.
Wow.
Great start for Pacific.Macta, and he's actually taking a fight with Harlan as well. He takes a shot. Harlan taking damage from that as well. Wow, Pacific.Macta already showing up before we even get into the game. I barely got to introduce it.
We didn't even get to say which side they were on before the kill went down.
HG.Longzhu, of course, playing on that defensive side, but aggressive side. Sorry, and well. Wow, this is really aggressive actually for Pacific.Macta. Look, they've got 3 set up in this shed. This is normally where we see the blacklist side push out onto B, but they're playing really aggressive, expecting HG.Longzhu possibly to push into this and get caught out. Revenge playing in the middle there with that sniper rifle.
It looks like Macta has set themselves up for success here as Revenge gets another pick on double Q, and as we fight, 2 go down, 3 go down in favor of HG, and it is now a 2-on-2. Both members of HG are very low. Minnow picking out 2 kills there. Great fight by them.
Yeah, and very important 2 kills by Minnow. He does take another fight, takes down ZYK. Revenge messes answer back. It's a 1v1 now. Harlan very low. Revenge though has that sniper rifle, and he thinks Harlan's going A. He's running away. Harlan, he's got to know this. He's got to realize this, get into this bomb site, get the bomb down. But no, Revenge, he's coming all the way around, it looks like. Harlan, I'm not sure if he realizes this. He's going to get caught in the back if he's not careful. Revenge is going to catch him up completely unawares. Revenge actually is quite far away, over towards A, probably thinking that Harlan was going to make that long rotate. Harlan is really taking his time, waiting for Revenge to reveal himself. And Revenge really has to be careful here. He's going to come up behind Harlan. Oh, they just miss each other. This is so close, so tense right now. And now he's going back through the spawn. Maybe, no, he still thinks it's an A. Because Harlan hasn't planted the explosives yet, Revenge going all the way to the wrong bomb site. And now he's going to realize, oh no, it's at the other bomb site, and Harlan's going to get a chance to set up. Harlan is very low though, so this is still anyone's round. Revenge, of course, has that sniper rifle, not great to retake with, but he's got to hustle if he's going to make it in time to get this defuse.
I'm really expecting Revenge to take this. He's got the health advantage over Harlan, and as long as he's pushing in quickly, which he's not right now, he's going too slow. He might not have enough time once he kills him. He's on the defuse right now. I don't know if Harlan heard it or not.
Misses the shot. Revenge does get off the defuse though, and then Harlan gets it. A bit of a slip there by Revenge. I mean, he took way too long getting into that site, and Harlan capitalizes on it, winning that round. I mean, Revenge got those 2 great opening kills at the start of the round, but for Pacific.Macta, but HG Minnow pushing and getting that 3 kill on that entry into the site. Great starting round, really exciting, I gotta say. HG.Longzhu closing it out in the end.
Incredible start by HG. They were down 5v3 after the picks by Revenge, and Minnow's like, no, I got this, double kill. Let me finish up one more guy before I get taken down. All right, my team's back in an advantage 2v2 situation. Wow.
Yeah, just a really great showing there from HG.Longzhu, staying cool under pressure. They didn't seem to care at all that Pacific.Macta got those opening kills. They're like, it doesn't really matter, we can still win this round. Minnow's like, don't worry, mate, I got this one, and just runs in, gets 2 kills, trading out his teammates, and then gets the 3rd one when they've got the bomb down, leaving Harlan alone in a 1v1. Huge play from Minnow, keeping them in that round, and then great play by Harlan, playing so patient. Revenge double guessing himself several times, thinking, where is this guy? Is he going to A? Is he going to B? What's going on?
And I think that was a little bit of nerves getting to him. He's in the situation for the semifinals here where they're up against a team that they might probably consider better than them. So as Revenge gets a pick there,
Yeah, great opening pick there from Revenge.
Again.
You know, starting the round off strong. So, you know, Pacific.Macta, again, playing really well here. Revenge, he's not scared at all. It looks like he's got a point to prove, apparently. Maybe a bit of a quota to fill. He's managed to take down NP, and this is a great opening. And HG.Longzhu, they're running out of time here to make a decision, and they've still got the bomb in middle. No real ground gained. Looks like they are going to try and make this play towards middle. Minnow flashes over for his teammates. They push in. Aldrin Paul takes down WN99. Harlan takes down Aldrin Paul. Revenge with 2 huge deagle kills. Takes down Minnow and Harlan. Leaves WQ alone. He does manage to take down Revenge, who were in reply. But now he's left alone in 1v3 with only 20 seconds left. They know where the bomb is. They know where he is. This is going to be really hard for WQ.
I don't think he has much of a chance here. As he flashes himself, maybe a little nerves getting to him. But Bayo and ZYK are right above him. There's no chance this guy can do it here. As he gets 1, he gets 2. He's got 10 seconds left. I don't think he has enough time.
Yeah, I don't think he can make it onto this bomb site. Huge double kill from WQ. I can't believe he managed to make that. That was great. He is trying to plant it. Can he get it in time? He does make it. It's going to be a 1v1 now for WQ. If he does win this round, this is going to be huge. He does take quite a lot of damage there from Cram, and then Cram does finish him off. Very close round there for Pacific.Macta. I can't believe HG.Longzhu was still in that right up until that point.
That's 2 rounds in a row where Macta has shown the superior early round, and HG has really shown that they're the superior players.
Yeah.
Coming back from huge player deficits, and WQ definitely showing that he's like, I got this. Let me get a double kill.
That's exactly what we saw. It was great. I mean,
just lost his match versus Cram. I can't believe he got that bomb down. He put it down literally the millisecond he needed to.
Yeah, it was down to the millisecond there for WQ. You know, wasting no time at all. He's like, I know exactly how much time I got to play with. Don't worry. But unfortunately, just couldn't close it out. Took way too much damage by Cram. Cram, great to see him stay cool under pressure, unlike his teammate Revenge in that 1v1. Closing that round out for them. Very important.
Well, 2 huge deagle kills by Revenge after getting the snipe take to start the round. This guy is on fire right now.
Yeah, 2 huge 3Ks back to back. I mean, really important by Revenge, keeping his team in this. I mean, if he doesn't get those opening kills with that sniper rifle, it's really hard for Pacific.Macta. I mean, you can see what HG.Longzhu can do with everything against them, and with the player disadvantage. Imagine what they can do with 5 players.
Yeah, well, I want to see a full 5-on-5 fight here and see what HG can do with it, because they haven't had it yet. They've had too many people getting picked off to start these rounds.
Yeah, we're going to have to wait and see. It does look like they are making their way towards the B side where Cram and Bayo are set up, ready and waiting. The bomb is with MP, and he looks like maybe he's going to be the first player in here. No, he's actually moving back. So they're going to go back towards A, it looks like. Or maybe through middle again.
As we see Revenge trying to exchange fire right there, they are making an A push. They're rotating over. They have 2 guys up in the window. They might try and push through middle. I wouldn't suggest that would be a good idea. It's very questionable right now.
Well, WQ gets that kill on Revenge. Huge opening frag there for WQ. Very important, and now it looks like that's going to trigger the push. Aldrin Paul onto WQ. Minnow back on Aldrin Paul. ZYK onto NP. Minnow with 2. ZYK with 2 as well. It's down again to a 1v2 in favor of Pacific.Macta. They just need to hold it together here, but don't let Minnow get this. ZYK, 3 kills. Beautiful round by ZYK, keeping his team in that, even though they were a man down.
Yeah, very huge shots by ZYK right there on that push. And Minnow just not expecting him to come around the corner right there to finish him off. And really, HG's putting itself in pretty good positions even when they're down a man. And they were up a man that time, and they couldn't pull it off.
Yeah, very interesting, the dynamic of this game. Really close rounds. It's great to see. And we see Minnow and Revenge. Revenge actually takes down Harlan there. And Minnow just way too late to try and get the reply into Revenge. Another great opening pick by Revenge. This guy is really doing work.
He's playing the way MP normally plays, and MP has not been able to answer this guy. He has just been picking apart MP's team. MP's switched off of the sniper.
Yeah, that's quite interesting. Maybe just saving it until they really need it. I'm not exactly sure what the play is, considering that they're not playing that quickly. Normally, you see players play quite together and quite quickly when they do have 5 rifles. The fact that NP deciding not to use it and they're playing so spread out, why not have that rifle? Why not have that sniper rifle?
Yeah, it's much easier to get picks with a sniper rifle than a standard rifle. And
as Revenge is showing us every single round so far.
He's playing super forward. He's getting picks in tons of different positions. WQ barely gets him with the headshot last round, or he might have even gotten another one. It's just Revenge setting his team up for success right now. I'm really surprised that they are not pushing in as a team right now. But it looks like they're grouping up and they're getting ready for a B push.
Yeah, you see these three players are pushing in. Cram, no, says no, takes down WQ. NP takes down Bayo, and now it's a 4v3. ZYK onto Win99. The trades are going back and forth. Now, once the dust is settled, MP and Minnow are left alone in the 2v4 here. Revenge takes down MP, and now Minnow's in an unwinnable situation. Then they just rush him down. Aldrin Paul getting that kill. Another huge round by Pacific.Macta.
Revenge taking out Minnow's support right there in that 2v4 situation. This is a really, really, really strong showing by Pacific.Macta right now.
Yeah, this team from the Philippines really showing that they're no slouches, and they've got what it takes to go to the grand final. HG.Longzhu, they're the favorites in this matchup. They're the team that, you know, every team expects them to win. And just as I say that, Bayo takes down WQ as they push quite aggressively towards B. A great opening frag by Bayo. Man, this is really interesting. HG.Longzhu just not being able to get this opening frag. Every time they make a step forward, Pacific.Macta is ready there to meet them and slap them down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see them wrap back around towards A here. The B push seems to be pretty far locked down. And also, Macta being up 3-1, I didn't see that as out of the realm of possibility. They've done that against every team they've played against so far. Yeah. It's the question of when it starts going against them, how is HG going to run away with that? How is Macta going to respond? Because HG will come back.
Yeah, we're in the very early stages of this first half, and we know HG they can absolutely close it out on the more favored side. Very tactical and precise play on that defensive side, so it's going to be MP missing that grenade, and Revenge punishes him for it, just pushes up and says, that was embarrassing, and takes his head bleed off with the sniper rifle. But Bayo is fighting these players through the shed there. Minnow takes down Revenge, actually. So a good trade back by Minnow, but HG.Longzhu still with the player deficit as they move towards A. Win99 here. He's really got some work to do. He does manage to take down Aldrin Paul, but ZYK trades him back. Now it's a 2v3 in favor of Pacific.Macta. And I think, you know, they know exactly what's going on. ZYK is ready and waiting on long A. Harlan and Minnow, they are separated at the moment, and it's going to be really hard for them. And as we just see that Harlan does take down ZYK and evening it up in a 2v2 now. 30 seconds left on the clock. Bayo and Cram quickly rotate. Cram does take the fight and get both Minnow and Harlan. Huge frags by Cram. You can see the smile on his face. Look, the Filipino team laughing right now at HG.Longzhu as they fall.
Unbelievable plays by Macta. They've gone up in players every round except for one, and they still won that one round that they were down a player in. So as Revenge gets another pick, they've gone up in players every single round. As you've called it out, it's been 3v2 situations, or 4v2, in favor of Macta almost every round.
Yeah, really looks like HG.Longzhu just don't have an answer at this point. I mean, they're just playing into Pacific.Macta's hands, not expecting them to play so aggressive and get these opening picks. We see ZYK up on the side here. He's got to take some fights as they push onto the side. He really needs to stay alive here and keep it going for his team. He does do a lot of damage on a WQ, but Revenge onto a WN99. Really close red shot. WQ doesn't manage to take out Revenge before getting traded out by Bayo.
Wow.
Double kill. Wow, that round was so quick. All the players going down so quickly for HG.Longzhu.
Revenge was an absolutely disgusting snipe on Win99 right there to start off that fight at A. And really, I think he's sitting on 11 or 12 kills currently, and this guy is playing out of his mind right now for Pacific.Macta. Yeah, 11 kills. This is really strong showing by the rest of the team, though. They're sitting on 5-5, 4-4. They're all playing really good right now.
Yeah, look out forward again. Revenge is playing, and NP does manage to take him down, finally getting the trade and the opening kill for HG.Longzhu. Let's see what they can do now with the player advantage. It looks like they might need it to actually win a round.
Yeah, absolutely. And MP, it's surprising to see him finally pull it out after 6 rounds. But Minnow picks up Bayo right there with a quick headshot. They're now in a 5v2 situation. I feel like they're going to rotate back over towards B now that they have it locked down. No, they're going to rotate back towards A. And honestly, MP goes down to Aldrin Paul, but he needs to do more of what he just did. He needs to take out Revenge as Harlan answers to ZYK.
Yeah, and we do see them coming back now. And this is the thing, Aldrin Paul getting sandwiched from 2 different directions. WQ actually takes him down while Win99 manages to shoot him in the back. Cram left alone now in a 1v3. And I don't think HG.Longzhu can lose this round. They know they're going towards A, they're going together, and Cram's got it all to do.
They got plenty of time to put this bomb down. They have plenty of time to set up in perfect positions to outflank anyone that tries to shoot any of them. I don't see any way that HG loses this round.
And it's
Cram's a guy that can do it, but I don't see it happening.
It's a round much needed as well. Cram does get spotted by Minnow there, and now he has to try and change his point of attack as the bomb ticks down to 30 seconds. He's really running out of time now. He does take a few shots at WQ, but yeah, this is way too difficult for Cram now. HG.Longzhu just don't have to, as long as they peek together, they're always going to be in a favorable position in these fights. He does take that fight. He does manage to take down Minnow, but yeah, gets traded out in the end. Great round there by HG.Longzhu, getting those 2 opening picks, Minnow and NP stepping up when it matters.
We need to see more of that out of MP. He needs to be pushing forward. He needs to take out Revenge. Don't be afraid to play the snipe battle against Revenge. He's the better sniper, so you shouldn't be worried.
Oh.
As I say that,
Huge shot by NP. Pre-firing Revenge over the top there perfectly. Revenge not knowing what hit him, and let me tell you, mate, it was NP. He just took you down. And this is another great opening for HG.Longzhu. I feel like maybe they were just a little bit slow to get into this game. Pacific.Macta, of course, just played Carbon. HG.Longzhu were waiting for them to finish, so Pacific.Macta maybe a little bit fresher with the warmer hands, and HG.Longzhu only just now starting to wake up.
This is the kind of start we've seen out of Macta against many teams, though. They come out strong, and when the other team makes their push, they kind of fall apart for a few rounds until they get it back together. So I want to see if they can bring it back quicker versus HG, especially this round. This is going to be a big tell if they can pull together a 4v5 situation out of a pretty rough pick on MP on Revenge early.
Yeah, as they push into the side here. Cram does manage to take down Harlan. Here, he's going to get ripped out of the air by WQ, and WQ rips out Cram as well. That was a huge kill. WN99 does take an Aldrin Paul, and ZYK onto WN99. Now ZYK is left alone in a 1v3. There's not much he could do here. This is such a difficult bomb site to retake from this position, especially when you're in such a player disadvantage, and the bomb has already ticked down so far. He does take the fight with WQ, can't seem to land the shot. Minnow trades him out. And another great round there by HG.Longzhu. Just too many players going down too early for Pacific.Macta. HG.Longzhu absolutely had that.
And I feel like the momentum's back in HG's favor. I would be very surprised if they don't win this round. This is it for Macta. They need to show, hey, you know what? It's happened to us twice. People have stormed back against us. We've been up 5-1 in different situations where we've gone down 5-4. It's okay. We'll come back. I want to see them go up 6-3 here if they're going to pull this out. If they don't go up 6-3, this is a very strong possibility of them losing this match.
Well, you heard it, lads. It's a really important round now for Pacific.Macta. If you know, HG.Longzhu managed to get that 4th round on this first half, it's going to be really difficult for them going into that less favored side, that blacklist side. And it looks like that, you know, they're not taking any risks now. They're not taking those aggressive peaks. HG.Longzhu ready and waiting for them to do that. Just waiting for them to push round corners. And it looks like we might actually have a bit of an error here. None of the HG.Longzhu players are actually moving. And so Pacific.Macta maybe, yeah, it looks like we will be going into some sort of break as we sort of sort out this issue, whatever it might be. But very interesting game so far, and very exciting game, I gotta say.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how this last round plays out. It's going to be a big decider for this match. If Pacific's able to go up 6-3, it's not ideal for Global Risk on this map. Like the 5-1 lead they had originally, it's like, okay, that's what Global Risk should be doing on port. They should be up 5-3 or 5-1. It should finish in a 7-2 or 6-3, which they still have a chance to do. They still have a chance to at least get the 6-3, which we've seen quite a bit on port from the Global Risk side. But I'm hoping that we get to see Macta bounce back a little bit faster if they want to go on to the finals here.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I think they do definitely need this round going into the less favored side, and as the underdog team, they need every help they can get. So it's going to be really tough for them. And HG.Longzhu, these past 2 rounds, they just look so clinical, so clean, just absolutely surgical precision, tearing apart Pacific.Macta. And Pacific.Macta, they did have moments, but it was a little too early, and maybe, you know, now they've run out of tricks.
It's going to be down on MP and Revenge. These two are the ones that have been going back and forth. Revenge starting out all those rounds for Macta in their favor, getting picks left and right, cleaning up the game for his team. And honestly, I'm expecting that HG is going to try and take him out right away. He's been playing really aggressive, trying to get picks. They're going to be looking to shut him down, and specifically in the positions that he's been playing, which is around middle, trying to get picks on MP, trying to get picks on people pushing into B. And I think it's going to come down to whoever gets that first pick, really. If it's going to be Revenge against HG, or is it going to be HG against Revenge?
Yeah, he was doing so much work. I mean, 2 triple kills back-to-back in the first 2 rounds really showed just the kind of effort, impact he can have on the game. He really needs to step up and do that again. And we also saw, who was it? I think it was ZYK actually. He had quite a few good kills as well. I mean, it's really on these 2 players. We saw NP and Minnow, they seem to be the players that opened it up, the round up for HG.Longzhu, and they were doing it in those last few rounds. So this last round of this first half is going to be really important.
Well, that clutch win by Harlan after Minnow went off in the first round, or the second round, I believe it was, that was a huge match because they'd be down 6-0 before they made their storm, before they won that last round, and that's huge. That would have been very, very tough hole to come back from.
Yeah, and now it looks like we're still waiting for this error to get sorted out. I'm not exactly sure exactly what happened, but Pacific.Macta HG.Longzhu, this is going to be... I really want to get back into the action. This was going so well.
Yeah, I want to get back into casting this. I'm really worried about Pacific.Macta's mentality. So as we wait for it to be fixed, we're looking at Revenge and MP, their battle.
Yeah.
All the rounds have been decided who gets the picks.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, except for that first one, of course, where
Yep.
Revenge just got mind-gamed by Harlan. Yeah, you're right. That would have been 6-0, right, if he had won that round. So that's a huge effort, really, from Pacific.Macta. Those first 6 rounds, just considering that round was a 1v1. Yeah, it's just insane. I mean,
originally a 2v4 that Minnow really clutched through with Harlan coming up and getting that last kill onto Revenge. Really, it was more of Revenge's error of dilly-dallying around the map and not really being committed to getting in there early. I'm surprised he stuck with his sniper too and didn't pick up any of the rifles that were down in that room, because I guess he was feeling it. He was feeling the close range. He'd already pulled off 2 close-range snipes. And as we saw, he continued to feel it with the sniper, which was really crucial to Macta going up 5-1. But now that HG's coming back, Macta's been showing that they let teams back in instead of stepping on their throats when they're up. And I'm really worried that they're going to give this game back to HG by doing that.
Yeah, and it also probably maybe Pacific.Macta getting a little too overconfident, because they did start so strong. Maybe that caused them to make some mistakes a little bit, and a bit of a shame, really. It's interesting to note, as well. I think it goes back to the fact that literally right before this, Macta played Carbon, and it was a really close game, and they managed to win it in the very last minute. So they were really hot coming into this game. Whereas HG, on the other hand, they had played Hidden, and they had also had a break in between that. So, and when they played Hidden, of course, it was quite a stomp, unfortunately. So they were probably coming into this quite cold, and maybe now they've only just started to warm up, and that's probably going to be playing on Pacific.Macta's mind a little bit.
I think those are pretty great points about the warmness of the players. And
okay.
All right, so we have problems with some of the Philippine players, and it seems that everything is set to go, and we're going to get back on board here soon. Now, I agree with your points, though, that they were coming in cold. We just saw Pacific play Pacific finish up Carbon, and we saw HG really close out Hidden very fast. So they were on the A stage for that. They closed them out super fast, had to wait almost 40 minutes to an hour to play this match. And they came out a little slow.
Yeah.
And they've been picking it up after these certain rounds. So there's a lot to play into that. Also, Macta is showing that they let teams back into it. And as I was touching on before this match, if they're going to let HG back in, HG's a team that's going to run away with this. They're not going to. They're going to be like, all right, you're going to let us back in and get the momentum. This could kill the momentum, though. This break.
Yeah, that's a very good point, actually, and it sort of speaks to HG's experience that they can, you know, be down 5-1 and think, oh, it's all right, we're still in this, and then come back and get 2 rounds and keep it interesting, really, and keep themselves in this game. I mean, and that's what you need from a team in this, you know, going into the grand final, because whoever wins this, of course, will go into the grand final. And it looks like we are going back into the game. Yep, so we see it is 5-3 in Pacific.Macta's favor still, so whatever error happened has not affected the score of the match, as we see HG.Longzhu setting up once again. NP with this cheeky bob over the box, over the bridge rather, on the edge of the ramp. Revenge, though, not giving him a bar of it, and I think this might be the smarter play. Pacific.Macta playing a bit more passive, although their aggression did work for them early. They just need to be able to pick and choose how they use this aggression smarter.
Revenge did get tagged a little bit there as he was making his way over towards the A side of middle.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see if MP is able to pick him off. We'll see what happens with this push mid as HG is moving up. It looks like they're going to try to do the A jump out. They haven't done that at all yet.
Yeah.
They haven't done the A breakout one single time that we've seen from a lot of other teams. And I'm interested to see if they can pull it off and if Macta's prepared for it.
Yeah, it's going to be tough, that's for sure. I certainly wouldn't want 5 HG.Longzhu members running at me when I'm solo on that side, just like that player is at the moment. And we see them, yeah, they are slowly setting up. ZYK, though, we have seen him do some impressive stuff, but it's usually on the blacklist side. He was getting some great entry frags on his way into the B bomb side on sub base. So it's really up to him at this point, and he's going to get some action very soon as we see WN99 and Harlan WQ, and I think that was Minnow as well. Yeah, Minnow NP, sorry. He's setting it up, and there, here we go. The rush is coming straight to him. He needs to call his rotas really quickly and get this opening frag. No, Harlan takes him down. NP onto Revenge. Aldra pull onto NP. WQ and Harlan getting the double kill, actually. Ironically enough, WQ only getting the 1. Cram left alone now in a 1v4. Brutal execute by HG.Longzhu.
And that's the first A breakout we've seen from them. As they get the crossfire to close out the round, Double Q gets the kill. That is what we were looking for. This is Macta in a really bad position. They're only up 5-4 on a much favored Global Risk side. HG's got the momentum. I don't see HG losing this match.
Yeah, no. Neither, you know, that getting those early 5 rounds, that was great, but the fact that they couldn't make it the lead more on that less favored side, that's really going to hurt. I mean, it's almost all for nothing. You know, they're only 1 round ahead. Any mistake now, and we know this team can make mistakes, especially on that blacklist side. It's going to definitely play on their conscience, I think. You know, they got to think, it's all right, guys. Look, we just got to play a perfect game. Hey, we can do it. We've got the strong individual players capable of doing this. Let's do it. You know, and if they stay positive, maybe they can do it.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them try some tricky plays very early. Maybe a fast B rush or an A breakout that's really quick to try and throw HG off. But HG looks really strong right now. I'm not seeing much as Harlan picks off ZYK immediately to start the round.
Very fast kill. ZYK maybe playing a little too aggressive there and too by himself because there was no trade frag at all. Harlan got away with full health, I believe. He didn't take a point of damage. That's really got to hurt for Pacific.Macta because they do definitely need this round, and they're going to need 5 rounds on this blacklist side. That's a tall order against a team of HG.Longzhu's caliber.
Yeah, I don't see them pulling out 5 rounds. And honestly, with HG having the last 3 rounds in their bag, the confidence and momentum is clearly in their favor. As we see Pacific.Macta pushing towards B, maybe they'll try a fast B push. Maybe they're just trying to feel it out a little bit. But it does look like they're trying to push on B pretty hard right now.
Yeah, they do have the bomb there, and Revenge as well. Nearly 4 players there on that side. But HG.Longzhu is slowing them down with a smoke grenade. I don't know. This is very slow from Pacific.Macta, and I think HG.Longzhu is set up for this with this crossfire. 2 players and the fast rotate of WQ in the middle. And look, he's already there, and just from one smoke grenade thrown. But Pacific.Macta are actually rotating the bomb back towards middle, back towards A, as Revenge takes a little bit of fire from NP there, not able to get the kill. He's lucky to escape with his life there. NP nearly ripping his head off.
NP with some great shots on Revenge there, trying to get the pick on him. NP's like, no, man, you're going to stay around. You're going to die. You need to get out of here.
Yeah, and you see now that looks like they are going all the way back to B after showing the bomb at long A. This could be really bad for Pacific.Macta. I think HG.Longzhu are still set up for this, even though they do have only the one player here on B. Here they go. No, they've got 3 actually. They're ready for it. Bayo takes out Win 99. Minnow takes out Bayo. Harlan onto Adrian Paul. And it's HG.Longzhu coming out on the top. Minnow again onto Revenge. And now it's just Cram left alive. He cannot do this. He does manage to take down WQ. He does manage to take down Harlan. He has to get 2 more players. I don't know if he can do this. No, NP from behind takes him down.
Great try by Cram there to bring his team back into it in the 1v4 situation with 2 quick kills. But he just didn't stand much of a chance there with MP coming in behind him and Minnow sitting behind that box. I don't think he really had much of a choice. And I did think they took too long. I don't even know if he had enough time to put the bomb down if he did win that fight.
Yeah, those kills just coming too late into the round after all his teammates were dead. It wasn't much. It didn't really impact the round at all because all it did was do a lot of damage to him and leave him alone in a 1v2 against 2 Chinese HG.Longzhu players. And that's not good enough, unfortunately.
No, and I feel like the pushback to B was very misinformed because even if he did pull out one more kill there, he had literally maybe 17 or 20 seconds left to plant the bomb, which all someone has to do is run out and stop him from planting the bomb, and then he has no more time to do it.
Yeah, a bit of a misplay maybe by Pacific.Macta, just showing themselves at long A, showing themselves at B, rotating all the way back to long A, and then sort of maybe knee-jerk panicking a little bit and they're going, oh no, they saw us at A, we have to go back to B. HG.Longzhu reading it like a book though, having 3 players set up and ready and waiting on that side, and it was just a massacre. Pacific.Macta absolutely just walked into the meat grinder there of HG.Longzhu.
And we're seeing long A push right now as ZYK is about to jump out and everyone's pushing in. MP is by himself, but everyone's rotating over to help him out.
Yeah, and you see lots of damage going on to Pacific.Macta, and they're hesitant. They're falling back, actually. I'm not sure this is the right play. And look, the 3 players. Revenge just managed to get a kill onto MP, though, with that sniper rifle. Very good, very important kill there. But HG.Longzhu is still playing quite well with these rotations, as we see ZYK actually making a really fast play up onto the A side. He takes down WQ, and he's going to take down Harlan as well. Huge play by ZYK, moving onto the side. WN99 manages to take down Revenge, but Adrian Paul with the flank takes him down, and now it's Minnow left in a 1v4. He goes down to Bayo. Huge round by Pacific.Macta, actually, with the double fake, going to A, moving away, and then re-executing onto the side.
This looks very familiar from what we've seen from Pacific.Macta so far, where they let the team back in, they tie it up, and then they take the round again. And I wouldn't be surprised to see 1-1, 1-1-1 all the way until the end, and where it comes down to some really clutch plays in sketchy situations. And they keep putting themselves in these holes, and then they dig themselves out, and we'll see if they can do it again.
What a great match to end the day here at Guangzhou, China, the Crossfire Stars Grand Finals for 2015. This is exactly what we want to see as Pacific.Macta make their way towards B again, just showing themselves a little bit over there in that shed area, firing some bullets off through the wall, causing a rotate actually. Now, it's going to be an absolute massacre once again. We see how much damage HG.Longzhu could do if they have that extra man at that site. So Pacific.Macta really needs to be careful.
I feel like Macta's B push is not strong enough to beat HG's B defense. I feel that they should stick to A more often. And really, it seems like they're wallowing back and forth here. They have a minute left, so they have plenty of time. But honestly, they need to figure out what's working for them and stick to it. They haven't had any success with pushing B, but as he's trying for the pick on MP once again, MP and Revenge in this snipe battle, MP takes out Revenge, and this is huge for HG.
Yeah, that's a great opening pick onto Revenge. Revenge has been the danger man for Pacific.Macta so far. We saw last round he did get that opening pick on the rotator for HG.Longzhu when they made that first attempt onto A, and that was really key for them winning that round. But NP there taking them down, and now we see ZYK. He's moving out onto this side, and ZYK is really aggressive. I really like how this guy plays. He just runs out on the side, but no. WN99 takes down Adrian Paul, And this is going to be really tough now for Pacific.Macta. They're taking way too long. ZYK is stuck out here by himself. Have they rotated back away? No, they're still there. They just haven't made the play yet. Maybe trying to fake out HG.Longzhu, convince them that they're not on this side, but it's not going to work. ZYK has taken a lot of damage, and he goes down. Harlan takes him down and gets Bayo as well.
What a great defense by HG right there. They really showed that their B defense is far superior to Macta's B push. And just crossfire after crossfire of people trying to come in and shooting at the guy they saw originally, him having his teammate pop out, kill that guy, popping him out right back and forth. It was just incredible teamwork right there to take down
the bait and
Macta's
switch.
push. Yeah, the bait and switch was excellent.
Bait and switch, yeah, just great bait and switching. Great baiting and switching, rather, baiting for his teammate there is just really great to see. And that just speaks really for how good HG.Longzhu are. But yeah, Pacific.Macta really a bit uncoordinated again going into that B bomb site. I don't know why they tried to push into that stack. I mean, once ZYK got out there and got that information and, one of their players went down, maybe they should have rotated the bomb and tried to get a sneak plant at A and expecting all the HG.Longzhu members to rotate, but unfortunately they didn't do that. Bayo's going to fire some shots off here in the shed to make a presence, hopefully pull some rotates.
And really we're looking for the MP Revenge Snipe battle back on A. And yeah, they might have been able to rotate over to A, but you have to worry about MP having that sniper locking down that hallway. He's a monster.
He's actually got a rifle right now, which is kind of interesting. Revenge might have the advantage here in this peak, and he does take the shot onto MP, but he misses, and MP actually hits him. This is really impressive play by MP. He's still alive on this site. And again, Revenge missing the shot. NP just too quick. Harlan taking down Bayo as he tries to push up, and it looks like this is going to be way too hard. I mean, there's two players in here now. WQ's backing up NP, and that's just great play. And we see Cram actually does manage to get down NP, not realizing there's a player underneath him. Cram sneaking in there. Very nice play. And now it's a 4-on-4. This is still anyone's round. WN99, though, does take down ZYK. Revenge missing another shot. Aldrin Paul does manage to take down Harlan on the flank. That's a huge kill. Very important. 3v3 now. Cram is on the bomb side, and he's running up. Does manage to take down WN99. It's a 3v2 now. Minnow is going... Oh, he takes so much damage and then goes down finally to Aldrin Paul. And WQ manages to answer it back. He's got the bomb. Aldrin Paul is on the lurk still. This is going to be really tough. Aldrin Paul, he's so low now. WQ,
WQ goes down to Aldrin Paul there for the loss. That is a huge round for Pacific.Macta. Wow, what great games we are seeing here today. This is incredible.
Back and forth. I mean, you called it, Legend. One for one. They just keep trading rounds back and forth. Revenge going to take that opening fight in the middle again. And we see, once again, no sniper rifles for HG.Longzhu. That might be a bit of a mistake considering NP has had some success with it so far.
I have a strange feeling that he's more confident on the rifle right now, even though his sniper has been huge for them to get back into this game. But maybe he's just feeling more confident on the rifle. I feel like he could have taken out Revenge with Revenge missing all those snipes on him last round. MP might have been able to win that battle and shut down that push a little bit better.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point. I mean, this, Pacific.Macta, they're keeping it interesting at least. Making HG.Longzhu work for it. If HG.Longzhu does manage to win this map and get to the grand final, no one's going to say that it was undeserved. Same with Pacific.Macta, I think. If they can beat HG.Longzhu here, this is going to be the first time we've had an all non-Chinese final, to my knowledge, for the Crossfire Stars Grand Finals 2015. And just as I say that, Aldrin Paul takes down Harlan. Aldrin Paul getting these very key kills. And we see Revenge push up here onto NP. I don't think he realizes that the player is there. He hasn't even spotted him yet. Revenge moving up very far, and he managed to get a free kill out of it. He spotted the head there, and there it goes. WN99 gets taken down by Revenge. WQ onto ZYK, though. He tries to keep it alive. Cram onto NP. WQ with the double kill. Double kill with the triple. Emmett Minnow onto Adrian, and now it's a 1v1. Bayo, he's got it all to do. The order player, he's going to pick up that bomb, and he's going to go onto the A side. Minnow, he has no idea that this is where Bayo is, and it looks like he's actually going to go for the big flank. And yeah, Bayo's going to put the bomb down here. This is the smart play, I believe. Putting down the bomb nice and quickly, forcing Minnow to come to him.
WQ keeping his team in this tournament right now. 3 kills, huge for them right there.
Just
but he does
crazy.
get taken down by Bayo in the end, and as Minnow cleans up Aldrin Paul's, So really, it's down to another 1v1 situation. Minnow, the shots on Bayo. Bayo's really low. He got the worst of that situation. He does get the flash off on Minnow. He does not know that Minnow's flashed, and he's pulling back.
But the bomb timer is just ticking away, and Bayo might actually get this if Minnow isn't fast enough. He's got no time now. He can't get this defuse. Bayo's going to push onto him.
He's got enough time to get it. He's
Bayo, too aggressive.
He should have waited for another second or two. That literally one more second, he would have had it.
Bayo just falling under the pressure there a little bit. He absolutely, you know.
He had that round.
Yeah, he had that round. It was dead. Like, I think he just thought, I'm really low. This is Minnow I'm playing against. I don't know if did he defuse. I don't know. But we do see a very aggressive play there from Harlan in that middle room towards B. Gets the opening frag, just kicking Pacific.Macta while they're down, no doubt.
Revenge picks off double Q with the sniper. That's huge for his team to bring it back to a 4v4 situation. Yeah, we've heard that a lot from Revenge with these snipes to bring his team into at least even or advantage positions.
Yeah, Revenge, I think, being the real key player at the moment for Pacific.Macta, keeping them alive. I mean, we've seen small players from the rest of the players, but Revenge is just the hard carry right now. He's only got 3 kills on this half, but I'm sure I would bet my money that every single one of them has been a very important frag.
Yeah, they're usually picks not in the middle of the fights. He tends to go down a lot in the fights, the big fights and pushes. But the kills he gets, like on MP or that long snipe last round, and then getting up on the ladder behind MP before Cram took him down.
Yeah, and we did see him miss a few shots onto NP when he was bobbing up and down on the A side there. But he didn't let it get to him. He's still making it work and keeping his team in this game as they move slowly to mid here. I don't know if HG.Longzhu are aware of this hole in their defense. They got 3 stacked towards B. And NP actually goes down to ZYK as they move up onto this site. I think that was the only player on A. They've got this site for free, sneaking up in here. And now HG.Longzhu is on the retake, 3v4. I don't know if they can do this.
This is going to be very interesting. I'm expecting most of them to come from middle and work around that way. There is WN99 on the long flank on the long A, so they got to worry about him now. As he evens it out to 3v3, this is a big kill. They need to push in, though. He doesn't have time to do this.
Yeah, this is a very questionable play. They've only got 20 seconds left now. I don't know if they can do this in 3v3. A lot of kills have to happen really quickly. You see the fights going back and forth. Revenge with the Deagle takes down Minnow, but Harlan onto Revenge. Win 99 onto Cramp, and it's all up to Bayo, and he goes down. They've only got 10 seconds to get the defuse. I think they've got it.
What a great play between Win 99 and Harlan there. Good teamwork to flank them. That was excellent. I didn't think they had enough time, but down to the last second again, Pacific.Macta's got to be feeling terrible. They had 2 rounds in a row that should have been theirs.
So close.
Holy crap.
HG.Longzhu just playing so well right now, keeping their team in it. If they win this match, I mean, it's going to be so well deserved. Pacific.Macta showing what they've got and showing why they've made it all the way to the semifinals with this incredible play. Revenge, I want to see him get this opening pick again. He looks like he is going to see some action with Harlan there at the back side of middle. NP's picked up the sniper again, and I think this is probably a good idea on his part. We see Revenge. He's smoking off the corner of long A here to get out to a more favorable position, but NP
takes him
picks
down
him off.
Immediately. That is a huge, huge turn for them. NP switching back to the sniper just in time to shut down Revenge, trying to get him. As this battle between NP and Revenge has been so back and forth, so huge for this match.
Yeah, and that really weakens the attack of Pacific.Macta, taking down Revenge, the key player in this squad. We really need to play these players like ZYK and, you know, Bayo. You know, they really need to step up and maybe get some entry frags into one of these sites. You know, open the map up. But it's going to be so hard. HG.Longzhu now with the player advantage. I don't see them slipping this round.
Yeah, I feel Cram's in the same boat as the players you just mentioned. He's got 5 kills, but 2 of them were gimme kills in that round where he was still stuck in a 1v2 situation after them. And honestly, besides Revenge, no one else is getting picks.
Yeah, I mean, that's a very good point, actually. Pacific.Macta, we did see ZYK. He was one of the danger men along with Revenge. as we see grenades come out as the push comes in. WQ takes down Elgin Paul. ZYK back out to WQ. Bayo onto Harlan. WN99 onto Bayo. Now it's a 2v3 in favor of HG.Longzhu. And they do have the bomb site, actually, Pacific.Macta. Cram's putting down the bomb. And I don't know if HG.Longzhu realized this. NP's realized it now. He's just lined up, waiting for his teammates to come. This is going to be a really close retake once again. But HG.Longzhu have the numbers, and this site's a lot easier to take when you have that numbers advantage.
Yeah, this is why planning at A is risky, because as Cram goes down to win 99, this round looks like it's in HG's favor as we see ZYK take down win 99, but Mino answer onto him and gets the bomb defused again with seconds to go. 3 rounds in a row, HG has pushed them after they planted the bomb and taken them out, even though they had the advantage in that situation with the 3v2. They played it perfectly. They had one job to do, which was work together to take out that last guy. Win 99, Minnow took them down together. And HG's on match point right now to go to the finals.
Yeah, Pacific.Macta, this is the time. This is going to separate the men from the boys right here. These are the things that separate the men from the boys. They really need to get this opening frag once again. And we see the long push here, all 5. We haven't seen this in a while. NP's got a lot of work cut out for him as they slowly push up. Opens up on a revenge. Huge kill. WQ with 2 huge frags. ZYK does manage to answer back, but it might be too little too late. He does kill NP though, so it's still a winnable round for Pacific.Macta. 2v3 now. Harlan's taking some fight back and forth. Where's his teammate? Cram really needs to come and help now. He does manage to take a fight, but no, goes down to win 99. And now I think it's all done and dusted. There goes the victory for HG.Longzhu, taking down Pacific.Macta 10-7. Huge play.
We only saw Pacific.Macta pick up 2 rounds on Blacklist, and those were 2 rounds that were very close. A lot of those rounds were very close. You can say Pacific.Macta had a lot of chances. You saw the bomb defuse with 1 second to go. You saw it with 3 seconds to go. What an absolutely huge game by HG. They took that momentum that Pacific.Macta gave them that no other team had been able to close out with, and they did. They took Pacific.Macta's up 5-1, realistically could have been up 6-0, and they give the momentum back to HG, bring it back to 5-4, and they lose this time. They played with fire over and over again, and it worked out for them twice, but the last time it got burned. They got burned, and now they're in the 3rd, 4th place match for the 2nd year in a row.
Still, a huge effort from Pacific.Macta, and I got to tell you, I'm really looking forward to the bronze match tomorrow, the 3rd, 4th place decider against INTZ. That's going to be really nice.
Yeah, we get to see if Pacific.Macta can get some revenge against INTZ after that heartbreaking loss to really start off this slide that Pacific.Macta's had. Every time they have a lead, they just give it up. It's like they're like, "Oh God, we got this, guys. We're doing great.
Yeah, a little overconfidence.
Let's step off the gas." And
yeah.
It's really rough for them. I'm very sad to see them do it 3 times in a row and not be able to bounce back this time, but it was expected. I kind of called how that would go in this match. I said if they get the lead, and as the players are shaking hands, we see that they're very happy. But both squads are in good spirits. Pacific's got to feel bad about getting into the 3rd, 4th place match again. And really, I expect that they're a little bit down on themselves. They're like, man, we were so close again.
Yeah.
Against HG, too. We had that huge lead, and we blew it. And HG, man, they look strong.
Yeah. The grand final against Penta, that's going to be interesting. We saw Penta, of course, play today.
Yep.
And that was a really close game against Cybercore.
It was a close game against Cybercore, but it seemed like they really took INTZ to town.
Yeah.
And maybe Penta's on fire right now, but tomorrow's a new day. And they really need to bring it if they want to beat HG. And as is Crossfire Stars tradition, there's a Chinese team in the finals.
Yeah.
And they have a chance to keep it an only Chinese winner throughout the history of Crossfire Stars. So everything is on HG. I'm sure the Chinese fans are going to show up in force for them tomorrow and will be screaming their heads off. Even though the players can't hear it inside their booths, they might be able to feel it.
Yeah, I think maybe those whistles get pretty loud, so they might be able to hear something, and that might there's going to have to be a lot of players, a lot of people here to make that sound, which there no doubt will be with HG.Longzhu in the finals. Like
and Penta has looked more clean than any other team besides HG here. Like their games against Cybercore were clean. They could have closed it out a lot earlier than they did, and then
Yeah.
they crushed INTZ. So I'm like, all right, well, Penta, you're showing up. Like, it wasn't like with Macta. Macta was like, hey, we're coming out good, and then we're throwing away leads. And they did that twice in a row, and then they did it versus HG, and it didn't work out. So with Penta, it was like, oh, they're throwing leads, but they're still up by 4, and then they won. And then with INTZ, they crushed them. So it's a little bit different. It's like, okay, they threw a few games, but they're still up by a lot of games, and they closed it out. And then with the easier matches versus INTZ, I'm really expecting them to give it to Longzhu, and I'm not calling as much of a favor for Longzhu in that match against Penta as they had against Macta.
Yeah, hopefully it's a much closer game. It's going to be very interesting, that's for sure.
Can't get much closer than that.
Yeah, it doesn't get much closer than that, but I wouldn't be surprised if it did get closer than that.
Maybe even overtime.
Yeah, maybe.
And as the finals is a best of 3, we will get to see who is the more superior team.
Yeah.
Because each team will ban out 1 map, and then they will play the remaining 3 maps.
Yeah. We're going to have a look at some of the results here so you can see. So, yeah, the third place match is going to be INTZ versus Pacific.Macta. Like we said, that's going to be such an interesting game.
I can't wait.
Yeah, and Penta HG, I mean, that's a really unexpected showing for Penta. Like we said, I mean, they were the second, they came second in their qualifier from their region behind Flipside. Flipside, of course, couldn't attend, and now Penta is showing that they deserve to be here. Like, I mean, that's going to be, that's a true underdog story, surely, coming all the way to the grand final.
Yeah, I'm really expecting Penta to show up huge against Longzhu, and I feel like Macta is going to be very, very, very strong against Inns. They're like, all right, you guys, you know what? We threw it the first time. We really pooped in our bed on that match. We gave up one of the worst losses I've ever seen in esports history. And we're going to come back and we're going to stomp you this time. We're going to show you we're the better team. It was just a fluke that you guys wrecked us that bad to come back and win that match.
Yeah, well, that's what they're going to have to do tomorrow. And please make sure you join us here at the Crossfire Stars Grand Finals for 2015 in Guangzhou, China. It's going to be great. We're going to see in a little bit, I think, an interview actually with HG.Longzhu. It's a bit sad. Most of the players actually went home. Most of the crowd actually went home, not realizing that maybe that there were other games going on the B stage. But Pacific.Macta, you know, them playing against INTZ in the bronze match, that's really going to be an interesting game as well, like we were saying. Even though the game against HG.Longzhu was so close, I don't think they can feel bad about it. I mean, not many teams can say they did that much damage against HG.Longzhu.
No, they had these close games today. They lost very close versus Inns. They had the Carbon coming back against them, but showed up strong. They had the lead against HG. They're like, man, we were so close. We could have been in the finals if we would have just closed it up a little bit. And really, it plays into their mentality that they were still all smiles at the end of that match.
Yeah. Now we're going to see the interview now on the stage with HG.Longzhu.
Hi, we are here right now with HG. Congratulations on making it to the finals. You've had some close matches so far. Which opponent worried you the most?
欢迎你们来到总决赛。现在呢，在之前的比赛中，你们遇到了很多对手，你们认为哪个对手是最厉害的？
最厉害的对手，一个是菲律宾，北美没交过手，但北美也挺厉害的。北美还有一个巴西，是比较。
I think the Philippine team and the America team and the Brazil.
Which brings me to my next question. All these games are really exciting games because you guys are behind, but you came back for the win. I'm curious, do you guys think that you might have a new strategy?
在所有之前的这些比赛中，你们刚开始都是处于落后的位置的，但是之后你们又突然反超了。你们认为这有没有可能是你们的新战术呢，或者一个新策略？
这不是战术和策略，这是我们自身犯的问题太多了。在前面的时候，然后我们在总结比赛的时候，然后没有好好的去总结每一局是怎么失败的，然后想到一些很好的应对方法，然后总是可能会在就是关键的时候，然后每个人才积极的开始想一些对策，然后开始爆发出我们的状态。
I think it's because that we've made a lot of mistakes before and we didn't came with a lot of solutions. But when we got the key point that that active the energy of every of us.
Okay, then the last question. What will you be doing to prepare for Penta? Will you lose a few games and then win again like before?
最后一个问题是，你们会为与 Penta 的比赛做一些什么准备吗？还是打算像今天这样先落后之后再反超呢？
肯定不希望再出现就是8进4啊、4进2的这些情况。打好每一分吧，然后毕竟必有5嘛，是吧？不着急。
I don't hope for this situation. We will seize our opportunity to in the final.
Well, thank you very much. It was an honor interviewing you.
非常感谢，很高兴。
Those are all the questions now. Stay tuned for more exciting crossfire here in Guangzhou, China.